everyone, it's Coach Melody, and this vlog is about how to up-level your career from co-star to guest star. This can be a super tricky time in actors' careers where a lot of people can feel stuck or stagnant. Like, I've booked a ton of co-stars, but for some reason offices aren't calling me in for bigger roles. Maybe you feel like you're only being submitted for co-stars. Here are a few different strategies to help make that leap. So, the most important thing is to be aligned with your team on strategy moving forward so they know which roles and projects to pitch you for and which ones to pass on. Depending on your agent or manager, some believe that after you've booked a certain number of co-stars, you should just pass on co-stars altogether. That means you're no longer auditioning for co-stars. If a direct booking comes through for a co-star, you pass. It's a hard pass. You're not going back and doing any more co-stars. You are done closing that chapter of your career. And while that can feel good, it's definitely an accomplishment. Like, hey, I'm only doing guest star and above. Heck yes. And there are even some agencies that brand themselves as guest star and above. As in, our actors on our roster do not do co-stars. The risk you take is that you may experience a slump in the number of auditions once you're trying to jump from co-star to guest star. Guest star auditions are fewer and the competition is much more stiff, so you're up against more experienced actors, which is something that's probably gonna keep happening in your life as you keep building your resume. You'll likely experience a slower period of auditions, at least for a while. Another strategy is to just keep on auditioning for co-stars and see where that takes you. I've had conversations with casting directors who believe that this is the best strategy because actors are still able to come in and show casting what they can do. Book the room, not the role. Or I mean, ideally you book the room and the role, but the most important thing is to get casting to know, like, and trust you. And that way, if a guest star role or maybe even a bigger role comes across and they already know you, then you can be top of mind. And you never know what might happen with a co-star booking. It's possible that a one-line co-star can turn into a guest star, a recurring guest star, or maybe even something more. So again, this strategy involves just rolling with the punches and continuing to audition and book and work co-stars until it naturally turns into something else. The risk that you run using this strategy is that for some long-running shows, you may take yourself out of the running for bigger roles if you've already previously worked a co-star. These next two tactics involve negotiation. So depending on the clout of your agent or manager and your current acting resume, it's possible that you can book a co-star role and negotiate guest star billing. Guest star billing may or may not involve a pay bump. But the important thing is that you are credited as a guest star and you can list guest star on your resume. The last option is to simply ask casting. So depending on your relationship or your agent or manager's relationship with casting, you can potentially list a co-star booking on your resume as a guest star. So you're still essentially working the co-star and booking the co-star and getting paid as a co-star, but listing it as a guest star on your resume gives your rep more clout to pitch you for bigger roles going forward.